Hi guys, this is Ovi Board and let's start today's video. Let me take you back nearly 2 centuries, kind of 1832, where India was still under East India Company and even the first railway track of India was not let down at that time. And from that time onwards only in the small corner of Maharashtra, one retail jeweler named PN Gadgil was selling his ornaments. So fast forward to today. Last year, they did a grand entry on the last street with they raised a fund of 850 crores for the expansion. I remember those days there when last year the Navratri was going on, and in the 9 days of Navratri they opened 9 new stores, and from that expansion their revenue started growing, EBITDA and even PAT. So now they are focusing on bottom line growth by reducing their bullion sales, which is low margin their business segment, and expanding to retail, which is high margin retail segment. And now here's what's fascinating here. So it just is just not an ordinary family business, okay, which is turning into public. This is a 93-year-old brand trying to just reinvent itself into the modern retail era. And PN Gadgil could be a dark horse. Let's see in today's video whether it's a dark horse in the jewelry retail space or not. That's what we are going to explore in today's video. Stay. Every jewelry brand has a glitter, but every jewelry brand not have a legacy. Very few have a legacy. PN Gadgil Jeweler is one of the Maharashtra's oldest and most trusted jeweler, and generation of Maharashtrian families have bought Mangal Sutras, wedding ornaments, and even a festival jewelry from them. But PN Gadgil Jeweler had never stopped at tradition. Over the year, they have introduced temple motifs, lightweight daily jewelries, even modern designer jewelries. In a way, PN Gadgil's story is about balancing nostalgia with novelty. And in jewelry, trust built over a century is an asset. You can't manufacture it overnight. So now let's look at its business model and product range. So what exactly does PN Gadgil Jeweler sells? Think of it as a complete jewelry ecosystem, from gold, chain, bangles and Mangasutras to diamond, silver jewelry items and even corporate gifting. They have created curated collections like Azwa, rose gold and color Mangassutra, categorizing in different tastes and occasions. This is important because jewelry isn't just an commodity, it's about design, emotions and aspirations. Let's understand its business insights. So gold has a thin margin, whereas a studded jewelry like a diamond brings much higher profitability and high margin. So PN Gadgil is consciously nudging his customer in that direction so that their margin will increase by increasing their studded jewelry. Okay, even in this quarter also they have increased their studded jewelry. The growth number I will mention it in further. Growth number I will mention it. Now let's look at its financials. Let's talk about its numbers because this is where PN Gadgil Jeweler really surprised the market. In Q1 FY26, revenue growth was almost a flattish kind of stuff. 2.8% YOY growth was there to 1,715 crores. Okay, their revenue was nothing exciting, right? But look at its profitability. Okay, gross profit jumped by 63% YOY. Margins improved from 8.3% to 13.2%, and even PAT was grown to double to 69 crores. Okay, how? By selling just a studded jewelry or improving the product mix and keeping the cost in check. No, that's not the case. I told it about in earlier part that their bullions sale has decreased and they are focusing on retail side, so where the margins are high. So that's what it was going to be. Okay, the PAT was going to increase and the margin was going to, and this is going to be same even in further quarters. Okay, so even their new age channels are scaling. E-commerce revenue grew by 126% YoY basis, and franchisee revenue was also doubled. So that's what shows PN Gadgil is not just an offline legacy player, but a retailer learning to scale like a modern consumer. Let's look at its lifestyle brand. Okay, it's a kind of gamble. Okay, but here's the most exciting part. PN Gadgil Jewellers new concept store called Lifestyle. Think of them like an H&M of jewelry. These stores focus on lightweight, affordable jewelry for young, conscious value buyers. Each lifestyle store cost almost only 8 to 10 crores to set up, compared to 50 crores for full PNG showroom. The economics are sweet. Okay, they break even in just 12 to 15 months and generate 25 to 26% in the range of gross margin. PN Gadgil Jeweler plan is to set up or open 20 to 23 stores this year in FY26. Among them, 10 stores are gonna be open of Lifestyle by PNG brand. Okay, among them also 2 stores are already open in first quarter of FY26. So now just 8 stores are remain to open, and these stores, 2 stores were, as I remember, they were opened in Pune. So if the lifestyle clicks out, then PNG could crave out and completely new category in jewelry retail. Let's now look at its margin and strategy. Management has guided sustainable PAT margin of 3.5 to 4% kind of range of its margin, EBITDA margin, and they are building a conscious and in the smart way. Okay, for an example, 42% of its of their gold requirement comes from old gold purchase, and customers exchanging old ornaments. This gives PNG an extra 3% margin advantage. Also, they are doubling down and studded jewelry, where the gross margin are around 33% versus barely 10% in a plain gold, combined with high conversion rates of 92% in a store and average ticket size of 95,000 rupees to 1 lakh rupees. And you will see why margins are expanding. That's why margins are expanding rapidly, and even the bullion spark come here. So sale of bullion has reduced. Now let's look at its expansion plan. Okay, before that I will say that I forgot to say you that if any background sound comes here, please ignore it. Okay, and let's start the expansion plan. Okay, so PN Gadgil Jeweler management has confirmed in last quarter that they are gonna expand their stores in this year. They are gonna open kind of 20 to 23 new stores. Okay, in FY26. Among them, 10 stores would be of PN Gadgil Lifestyle by PN Gadgil Jeweler brand, which economics are low, 8 to 10 crores, in which the store is open, and remaining will be of PN Gadgil Jeweler full stack stores, and among them few will be Coco and few will be Foco. I assume you will be knowing Foco Coco model because Kalyan is already an 10x bit which has been done, so there people have already known what is meant by Foco and what is meant by Coco. Then also, if you want, I can explain you that Foco means franchisee owned company operated model, and Coco means company owned company operated model. In franchisee stores there are kind of some less margin. In company stores, Coco stores, there are high margin. That's what differentiates. And let's continue its expansion plan. By end of FY26, the company is is aiming to open a kind of 80 stores. Okay, recently their stores are kind of 56. So in remaining quarter they are kind of targeting 23 stores more. So if they raise the fund which they are gonna raise it because of regulation purpose, so they need to promoter need to sell their remaining percentage to satisfy the criteria of 75% promoter holding, which is currently below above 80%, and from that fund also they are gonna expand only. Okay, so that's what their target is, to close this year by 80 stores. If not, if they don't get the fund, they will close around 77 to 75 stores. Okay, and their target for 2080 FY 2080, I think so, it's not FY 2080, it's it's by calendar year 2028. Calendar year 2028, their target is to open kind of 100 to 150 stores. If they able to raise the fund, they will definitely reach 150 stores. So let's look at its fundraise and execution speed. If all plays well, this could be another hybrid. Different customer preferences, high marketing cost, and strong competition from Kalyan Jeweler, Tanishq, Sinco. Plus, PNG has some bitter experience abroad. Okay, shutting down its loss-making subsidiaries in Dubai and in the Middle East. This time they will need to prove that they can execute well outside their home. Okay, like they are now expanding from Maharashtra towards the north. One of the stores recently they opened, two of the stores they opened, but one of the stores were open in Indore. Here's my take from PN Gadgil Jeweler. PN Gadgil Jeweler is more than is just an old jewelry family jeweler. It's a retail growth story trying to balance heritage with innovation. Lifestyle by PNG could be their master stroke. Studded jewelry is boosting the margins, and their expansion beyond Maharashtra could open huge market. Okay, but jewelry is tough business. High competition, volatility in gold price, and regional execution risk will always be there. So what do you think? Is PN Gadgil Jeweler a hidden gem, or will it be a traditional name in the modernizing market? Let me know your thoughts in the comment box, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more deep dives into the India's small cap and micro cap story.